Sorry, my mic was muted. How are you guys tonight? What's up, Popper? Hold on a minute. There you go, brother. Come on in. 2 huge bowls of lasagna. Don't make me jealous. I ain't allowed to eat that shit no more. I wish. I put the link up for you, Popper.
It blows my mind how close you think you are with somebody. How you think you have
All right, I tweeted that one out. So how is everyone tonight? That's in here, I should say. Let me know if you can hear me okay, and if you can't. There we go. 2 huge bowls of lasagna. I am stupid jealous right now. I haven't had lasagna in almost 2 years. I'm so mad about it, too. I was just thinking about it yesterday. It don't happen. Yeah, that's the hog talking. The hog and Big Mouth. Yeah, I wanted to hear what they were old school stream was all about, and they're just same old dumb shit. They got Lala back up there lying. I did find out some interesting shit about Mr. Big Mouth Billings today, though. Since he tries to act like he's Mr. fucking perfect and he does nothing wrong, so I'll wait till I get some more peeps in here. Blow it up a little bit. Anybody else wants to throw a Twitter out, you're welcome to. Or throw a tweet out on Twitter, you're welcome to. I did one, and I think Morty tweeted it out too, so whatever. Whatever you want to do. Like I said, you can jump up here anytime you want, Popper, if you want to. You don't have to tonight, it's up to you. I only got one link down, so always nice to have an extra voice. And thank you for coming in tonight, Nemrak. I appreciate it. You're welcome at any time. It is pretty much normal in here for the most part. So, hopefully you enjoy it. I was debating on whether going tonight or not, but after the crap I heard, it'd be worth it, I guess. All right, no problem. I appreciate it. We'll stand. Like I said, I threw one up too. You guys can hear me okay, right? I love that. I hear a hog talking in the background. That is a trip. Exactly what it is, too. Yeah, he's got to brag because he had the wife of his, or the mother of his children thrown in jail again today, so piece of shit. I mean, I'm not a big fan of hers either. I think she's made some big mistakes and she could be doing better, but that's still the mother of his children. And according to the story he's telling, it was while they were at court, she either misunderstood or just didn't want to hear them say that his PFA was still in and it was still active, and She leaned over the balcony to say hi to her kids, who she misses, I'm sure. And he yelled for a cop and said that she violated the order and they arrested her. So that's how much of a piece of shit he is, right in front of her kids. Gotta love it. It is what it is. So anyway, lasagna sounds good. My dinner consisted of an avocado ranch. That dude, avocado. That's I eat a lot of that now. I'm doing that stupid keto diet. You changed up your picture. I like that one. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I was thinking about it last night. I'm like, everybody else has got, some kind of avatar, and I've just got a kind of a blank thing.
Yeah, eventually I'm gonna get once I get my camera redone and readjusted and all that. It's locked in it, like swelled, like so close to my face, it's ridiculous. So I'm not using it very much. I have two different cameras too, and neither one of them are working right. So I'm gonna get it fixed, and then I'll probably use my video then. Not that you guys want to see my ugly mug, but I just think it makes it more personal, and it is what it is. So
Yeah, I've got probably, I don't know, a little under an hour, and I have to dip out for a little bit. My son gets off at 12:30, so I have to go pick him up from work.
no problem.
But
I won't be on anywhere near as late as I was last night because I'm still exhausted from that. I didn't sleep.
oh yeah,
I
last
went.
night kind of messed me up.
Me too. I went to bed for. I ended up falling asleep at like 3:30, quarter to 4, and then I had to get up at 6 to get my son ready for school. And I haven't been right since. So I'll be on here for a couple hours max, probably, and then I'll be done.
Yeah, I went to sleep. I stayed up for a while after we got off last night, but I went to sleep probably about, I don't know, 5:30, something like that, and slept for about an hour and a half, and then I
Yeah.
woke up and I was wide awake until like 2 o'clock this afternoon. I laid down on the couch. I was watching some Olympic curling that I had recorded on DVR,
Okay.
and I passed out and slept till like 8:30.
Yeah. See that was my thing. Is I got up earlier, or I was up all day. About 2:30, I was here watching TV, and next thing I know, I'm waking up, and it was like 5 o'clock. I'm like, wait, what? I fell asleep just sitting on the couch watching TV. I was burnt. So yeah, it'll be a couple hours and I'm done. Like unlike the 7 hour stream I ran last night, that was interesting. I didn't even realize it was that damn long, but that's when I told you last night. I happened to look up at my timer and I'm like, holy shit, we've been live for 7 hours. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it was time to go. I went straight to bed. I can't just lay down and go to sleep. Um, there she is. What's up, Morty?
Disha.
Um, Rachel's here too. There she is. Wow, you guys are quick. I didn't even see you pop in. Um, the link's up there if you guys want to jump in. You're more than welcome to. um,
I was looking at something earlier this afternoon or earlier this morning
uh,
that I'm kind of curious about because I've told you before the whole YouTube thing. I've used YouTube just to watch videos. I've never been interested in starting a channel or anything like that.
right.
But I was looking at Social Blade for Isaac's main channel,
Yeah.
and in September of last year, so just a few months ago, his total channel views dropped by like 2.5 million. What would cause that? Is that because he had videos struck that he had to remove, or is it because he
Probably.
just okay?
Probably. Or he lost a huge audience of one sort that he had for some other reason. Now, at one point last year, we talked about this last night, and of course, being the person that I am, I found out why. And it's funny that they're doing this shit tonight because I guess at one point last year he got booted from the Slob Mob because I guess he was dating Lala at one time, okay, and something happened and he threatened her life or something like that. And so Isaac kicked him because of it. And then I guess he begged and begged and begged, and somebody has it recorded. I'm trying to get the recording of it right now of him actually doing it. I'd pay money for it just to hear it. But he begged it and was begging and pleading, saying that YouTube's the only thing that he's got, and please let me back in, and blah, 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 and all this other shit. So, you know, that's why I would pay money for that. And I'd post it everywhere I could. I'd put it on Spotify if I could, just to humiliate him like he does everybody else.
Oh, you're talking about Steve.
Yeah. That's why he ended up getting kicked last year.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I was messing around.
Lala and Nikki did not get along. I don't know what's going on or why they don't. I'm sure it's probably different now, but. And then I did find out some more shit on him, supposedly. Now, then again, don't quote me on anything I say because you know how rumors are. That he had a federal indictment against him. Steve, we're talking about, who says he done nothing wrong ever in life and blah blah blah. So I kind of had a feeling that there was something, but I don't know.
Well, and I had touched on it a few days ago on Twitter that I had heard at one point, and I can't remember where I heard it. It may have been through one of Charlie's streams, but I had heard the reason he got fired from Wells Fargo was accessing private information and passing that along to Isaac. And he claims that was a fake rumor that somebody started, whatever. But I almost feel like that might be federal.
Yeah. What I heard was a little. Well, that's pretty serious, but it was a little bit deeper than that. It had something to do with certain types of substances, I guess. I don't know. You know, rumors are rumors, but the source that I had heard it from was pretty sure of it and was rattling paperwork. So, again, who knows? You don't know. We don't know.
I mean, I think he's openly admitted to using certain substances in the past.
Yeah, well, he's on medical marijuana. We know why. You know, that's whatever. It is what it is. I don't know what else went on, though. You know, I'm just saying, if anybody else knows, then they know. But I don't know. Yeah, and Lala's right up on panel with them right now, just acting like nothing ever happened. Steve had to make a big deal about it. You know, I'm going to do this right now just so everybody knows and everybody says that I was horrible to you and I did this and did that. And she flat out said, you were not a horrible person, Steve. And, you know, all the bullshit. They probably sent her some money or something to do it. It's whatever. What's up, Pookie? There's a couple ladies in here, too.
Oh, I got sidetracked and I was on Social Blade, not even paying attention. I didn't even realize Rachel was in here. Hey, Rachel.
She popped in like either right ahead of Morty or right behind her. I didn't even see her until after Morty said something. So yeah.
Oh boy.
No problem, Morty. So yeah, they're just rambling on and rambling on. They're doing it the old school way, they said, or whatever. And he's going on and on about whatever scandal is going on with not scandal, but whatever you call it, with Pennywise and Dis and all that, and saying that this is acting like this is not in some community now, and he knows he is, and they've done this before, and all this other shit. He's just rambling. How you doing, Tyler?
Oh, they're on Guest Mob Resurgence. Why did?
Yeah. That's the only channel they go on. He won't go on the Be Our Guest channel because I think he's got too many flags on that one, and I think he's afraid that if he stays on there too long, he's going to get knocked and lose the channel. So,
well, and I feel like part of it is also that, you know, his comeback anytime anybody gets any a certain level of views is, beat me on my channel. And
Yeah, oh yeah,
I kind of feel like that plays into that too.
and
I mean,
that's
the
what I
last
mean. Like, I think he knows that if he were to go on that channel, we would get him taken down on that channel, at least that channel. And like Morty said, if we could do that one thing, I think it was Morty or Rachel, one of the two of them said last night, if we could do that one thing to get his main channel killed, that would be enough for any of us right there. That's just
Hi
me.
guys.
Hey
I
Morty, what's
Morticia.
happening?
How are y'all this evening?
We are good.
Pretty
Uh,
tired. Last night was a long night.
I'm tired too.
You guys are night owls.
Well,
Uh,
I'm also getting older, and like I said, after you guys jumped off, me and him stayed on for a little bit longer, and I happened to look up, and I'm like, dude, we've been on here for 7 hours, and he was like, oh shit. I said, yeah, we probably should shut down. So yeah, it was a long night.
Dang.
I mean, it was fun, but it was just a long night.
Yeah, it was pretty fun though. I enjoyed coming over and being on panel with you guys, and a lot of people hit me up and said, "Hey, I didn't know you were over there last night," and it seemed like a laid back stream, pretty cool. I'm like, "Yeah, y'all go sub up to them and check it out," and so I just shared it out. I put it on my community tab too,
Much
and I,
appreciated. Much
you're
appreciated.
welcome. I think that your video last I looked had 150 views on it. That's really good.
Yeah, I was very pleased and very grateful to all of you guys for that. And it is laid back. It's going to stay that way too.
Definitely.
I'd like to be the, how can I put it, the
Voice of reasoning.
there you go, there you
Yeah.
go. Like when Nemrock popped on, finally some normal people. I said, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But I heard you
hey,
guys
lazy.
talking about Lala being on the panel.
What's up, Lazy? Yeah, she's up on panel right now. That's what the whole thing is about tonight. Their surprise guest, and she's back in guest mob, and Steve's proven how he didn't uh, he didn't do anything to her, and blah blah blah, all the crap that they ramble about.
I'll tell you guys this. Pay attention whenever like Steve gets to talking or whatever and he talks at or talks to her, talks at her. Notice her demeanor.
Yeah, oh yeah,
She doesn't really care for Steve.
not at all. Like I had told you last night, I hang on to things when I pay attention. I pay real close attention to stuff when I listen,
Mm-hmm.
and I hang on to every word. I listen to the keywords, and I can tell people's demeanor, and I all of that crap that I've learned over the years from what I do.
Yes.
You could tell immediately. She was quiet when he said what he said. He came out and said, "So I don't normally do this type of thing, but everybody's saying that I was just so horrible to you and this and that and everything else when all this stuff happened, and then I threatened your life and all that." And then there was a silence, and it was a pretty decent length of time. And she said, "Well, no, that's just crazy. You're not a bad person at all, and this and that and everything else." And you could almost tell like it was pain for her to say that. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. Hi, lazy bum.
So
Yes, you nailed it. Because when they used to go on a stream together, when they were supposedly dating,
hmm
I don't know if you ever paid attention to their streams, and he was like, "Come on, tell me you love me," and she's
oh
like,
yeah. Yeah. She
"Yeah,
did
we
not
kept it."
want to do that. Not at all.
No, and the more she like did was on streams with him, she was getting more irritated, irritable. Like, just calm down, like chill out, dude, because
Well,
he gets so hyper. I mean,
if you think
Hey,
about it,
Pennywise.
I know why he did it though. He put her on the spot so that she would have to say it to him in front of people, and
uh-huh.
that's
Sorry.
all it was. That's how he got it out of her. That's why it's just he's a sick ass. I'm sorry. He's another creeper.
So Lala, that's the internet girlfriend of Steve that Isaac supposedly.
That's why Steve got booted last year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Pennywise? Thanks for jumping in, brother.
Okay. Yeah. That there's a lot of stuff that happened during that time period that I'm not really um, up on. just because I wasn't really keeping up on it back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a whole to do rigmarole with her and her daughter and him, and he threatened her life supposedly, blah blah blah, all that fun happy horse shit. And so they agreed to boot him from there. They said after he came back that it was a mutual thing. I don't think it was. And like I said, there is somebody said that they have a recording of him begging Isaac to come back to Guest Mom because YouTube is all I have left. I have nothing left. I have to be here. I need to be here. Please let me come back. And I would pay every dime I had to have that recording. Like I said,
Yes.
I put it on Spotify. But again, rumors are rumors. Truth is truth. And we'll figure it out one of these days.
And I
Yeah.
can believe that. I mean, because I kind of put him in the same box as Brent. I think Guest Mom is pretty
To
much
an
all they
extent,
have.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
do you guys remember that tweeter or twit? Dang it, tweet
There you go.
that Nicole had put out on Lala, right, with her real picture.
No,
Vaguely, yes,
I
I do.
I definitely wasn't on Twitter back
Yeah,
then.
I
So
vaguely do remember that.
Yeah, I got what she really looks like.
Well, the only reason why she's up there right now is just to piss off Nicole because Nicole don't like her.
Well, Nicole's in jail, supposedly. That's what Hogzilla said.
I think she's out now. I think he posted 4 hours ago. He said he posted and got her out, but she's out on she does court in the morning and $15,000 bond or something like that. So I guess he calls him the Walk instead of the Rock, whatever. That's his humor because he's jealous of him. Um, Said that he posted bail for her today.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, she's not listed on the inmate roster, so she's most definitely out.
I mean, I'm not gonna down her, but I was listening to what they were saying, and I only believe a half of what he says because they were at the courthouse. They had a court hearing or whatever it was, and she leaned over the balcony and said hi to the baby, and this and that and everything else. And of course, he was the ass and said instead of just letting it go because that's what I would have done if it was my kid's mother. And any other guy probably would have done. He's just being himself and said, "Don't talk to her. Don't talk to me. My restraint or PFA, whatever the hell it's called, is still active." And she said, "No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not." They argued back and forth. He yells for a cop, said she's violating a PFA, so the cops investigated the situation. And according to him, the cop from his jurisdiction said that no, she knows that it wasn't dropped. She asked me, she asked the judge, and we all told her no. But I don't believe that. I think she may have misunderstood. We know why, and that's probably what happened. And
Mm-hmm.
there it is. That's my opinion, though. So I don't know. I just I can't. As much as my first wife, my children's mother, is a complete piece of garbage. Cannot stand her. But I would never do that to her or my children because this is more my children, especially when they're little like that. Because this hurts the kids more than it hurts
Yeah,
me
he's
or
using
her.
them as a pawn in his little checkmate games.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Dago just talked on this. I think it was last night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That I don't understand. I mean, I don't necessarily have anything against Nikki, but I don't understand how she keeps
Her decision
all.
making.
Yeah, it's like he goads her into doing stuff, and then she falls for it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
it just
like I said last night, though, remember 11 years of mental torture and mental abuse, emotional abuse. She doesn't know any different yet. She's still trying to climb out of that box, dude, and it's going to take her a long time to get some kind of normalcy in her life, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just going to keep playing on that until he gets every last bit out of her that he possibly can, or unless something bad happens, which God forbid. But that's where it's going to go. and that's what he'll do because he's a master manipulator. If he's good at nothing in his life, it's manipulation and abuse. So
Did he mention that, and absolutely Pennywise, did he mention that Nicole was there with her boyfriend?
oh yeah, he said they were standing side by side at one point at the desk, and he said that the walk, as he calls him, he noticed out of his peripheral vision that he was sizing him up, and he said he turned and said, "Don't even think about it, big boy." And then one of the cops came out and said, "No, no, you guys can't be talking to each other," and that's bullshit, I'm sure. But yeah, he was there, and then supposedly that's who bailed her out after her hearing. So
Who was sizing him up? Isaac was sizing him up, or the guy was sizing Isaac up?
the guy was sizing Isaac up.
What? You can't size that big old water buffalo up.
That's what I said. Your eyes ain't big enough to check him out, but
I know. He's probably looking at him like, God, Nikki, what were you thinking?
That's what I said. Like, what the fuck was she thinking with this fat fucking piece of shit?
Mm-hmm.
I
I
agree with
think
you
that
100%, Pennywise.
yeah, exactly. I think that he's not going to be happy until she's just locked up. He doesn't want her out in any way. Him sitting there saying that, yeah, Pennywise has got his opinion on her. So does Charlie. Everyone does. She's ditzy. She's dingy. She's stupid. Like he just said, she keeps shooting herself in the foot or whatever. He's trying to get everybody, anything anybody says negative about her, he's collecting it and saving it, and he's going to probably use that against, us.
Well, that's all he's doing. That's what he said. He said, we're the reason why she got locked up because, Pennywise got the picture or whatever, and then Pennywise sent it out to whoever. So it's his fault. And he's thanking everybody for what we've done to help him out with it. And it's not like that, but,
What picture is it supposed to be? Which one?
the one where he had, the minivan parked on the bench. That's what I call him. I said he looks like an old minivan sitting there on the bench. That picture.
The one that people turned into like an ice cream cone and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was a pure accident.
Right. And I know that. We all know that. But again, it was to help out a situation, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? But at the same time, and I'm 50-50 on Nikki. I'm not 100% against her, and I'm not 100% for her.
Right.
I wish she would make better decisions for her kids' sake. That's my way with it. And
yeah, definitely.
and
that's
like Pennywise said, she has to stop shooting herself in the foot. But at the same time, this is what she knows. He's mentally drained her and emotionally, I'm trying to think, formed her to be the person she is. She doesn't know any different right now. She's still working her way out of this mess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And I feel like this. She was a caged bird for so long. Now she's out and she's learning how to fly.
That's it.
And, so what if she gets on social media? He's going to, he's turning a lot of things into something that it ain't. She did talk to some of us, and I don't know. I just hope that she does. I hope she just, I'm rooting for her to do better and to get her kids and just get far away from him and him to leave her the F alone. But that's not going to happen until the kids turn 18 and they're on their own. I mean, honestly, he's going to make life hell for her as long as he's alive.
And that's when that's going to be his undoing, though, as we had talked about already, when those kids are old enough, and it won't even be 18. Because kids these days are involved in social media early on. I'm going to give it 13, 14 years old. They're going to start seeing who he really is, who he really was, what really happened between mommy and daddy. And they're going to make their own decisions based on those things. And that's when they're going to turn on him, I think. And that'll be that. And that's when I think Nikki will be able to really build a relationship with her kids, because she'll be older at that point too, and more mature, and have gotten out of this lifestyle in this scenario and have built something for herself that would be good for her kids and her to have without him. And he'll be gone finally from their lives.
And going off of what Morticia just said, I mean, my impression is that they got together when she was very young.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they've been married for 11 years. So now she's free. And of course, she's going to want to enjoy. I mean, she's doing things now that most 18, 19, 20-year-olds are doing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
She didn't get to live a
Catching
young
up.
life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my kids' mom did it. You know,
Mine
me and my kids' mom got together when we were 18. Uh, we had our first son shortly after. And then when we split and she was free, she went crazy.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
with mine.
And same
My,
with me.
my ex-wife decided she wanted to be a stripper after we were married for 9.5 years, and I was like, "Well,
Oh,
do
damn.
what you got to do then." But I mean, I would have never paid to go see her. But by that time, it was not anything to look at. I'm sorry.
Oh, damn. Well,
I'm
hey,
sorry.
I there was a place there in Odessa that was called the Torch, and it
Hmm.
was where all the older women would go to dance.
Okay.
And all the oil filled guys liked going there. They liked that.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Pennywise's comment.
Yeah,
What is
so am I.
That's
Oh,
great.
come
Go
up
ahead.
here and shake it then, Penny.
There you go, brother. That link's up there. Jump up, bro.
Get up here. Damn it. He's got a lot to say. You think I cuss? You better hang on.
Oh, I've heard
Uh,
him. I know. And you're welcome. You're welcome up there as well. And I do apologize for interrupting you with my laugh, Morty. I didn't mean to.
Oh, not at all. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. But yeah, he'll probably grab the link. You got remember how we did it, Penny? You get the link, copy it, and then you put it in the your server, and then click on in.
It's wide open for you, brother. Do your thing.
He gets confused on all this stuff. He's like, "Well, how do I get in?" I'm like, "Click on a link, and then you do da.
It
Morticia,
took
it's
me,
not working."
yeah, it took me forever to figure out the multiple stream services, this and that, and everything else. I finally got it down. I still have issues with a couple of the things, but eventually I'll actually have my video on and you'll see my ugly face up here eventually. But that's going to be some getting my camera working. So,
Yeah, you're not ugly.
well, everybody has their opinion. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, but I seen that he went live. I listened to just a few minutes of it, and all I heard was the introduction of Lala, and that's all I wanted to hear. I was like,
Mm,
I just can't handle. I can't gut listening to him. I can't.
nope. Nope. That
But
either
I
one of them.
know I gotta listen. Because people are like, you have to listen to get info because he tells it all. But I'm like,
Right.
man, that's y'all's job. Y'all do that. Then fill me in on
Oh
it.
and
yeah.
that's where I'm sitting right now. I really want to listen. I mean, it's very hard to listen to,
Yes, it
but I
is.
really want to listen just so I can hear the information. But then I also don't want to give them a view.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Well,
It's exactly.
I do it. I listen. As much as I hate giving them views, I also flag them at the same time. So I think I level it out. So
When
Well,
you flag him, do you do it on your phone or the computer?
both, I go from one side or the other. I try not to do too much of it because I know that looks bad on my account. But because there's multiple things you can flag for, and they make every violation in the world. So I flag them for a couple of them, and then I let it go.
Yeah.
and
Let's
that's
say,
another and that's
oh, go
another
ahead.
thing. I That's a big part of the reason why I used to watch as much as I did. I was looking
Hmm.
for stuff to flag them for.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Bullying, harassment.
Everything.
It's easy.
Violent, harassing, bullying, pornographic. I mean, it's all in there.
Personal information.
Yep.
So
I'm
is there a difference between flagging them on a PC or a phone?
Yes. They
Okay,
say
I
that
did not know that.
the phone it just doesn't work as well as it does on the computer because on the phone it'll just give you an option of what you're reporting, right? And
Right.
then you report it like bully harassment. You hit that button and then just submit it. Where you can do on the computer, you can write details of what is going on.
Right.
Hey, at this timestamp, he was threatening and he was do da 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 da, you know, whatever you need to write on, and then you submit it. It's a big difference.
Well, Tina's whole channel flagged it because right before he went live, where they were all talking, he had a picture of her dad dressed in a red suit with devil's horns, holding a staff with a baby on the end of it, and then Charlie dancing with music in the background. I'm like, wow, you're a real piece of shit. You know that?
I know. And then he did that with Albert's dad too.
Yep. Yep.
You know that, and see, the thing is I got him on using my video, a clip voice of my clip video. And so they gave him time to take it off. He counteracted it and said, look, this is fair act, I can use it, blah blah blah. So they counteracted it, and that they said that I can go forward, I have to take it to court. Who's going to do that?
Mm-mm.
So that's what he's doing. If you want to do like a privacy complaint on him, it's not going to do any good unless it's like you can't, like, as far as them using your content, he's going to counteract that because he knows no one's going to go to court for that. So then it'll give him right. The only thing that you can really get him on is bullying and harassment.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
And me and Dago were talking before you jumped up here. I don't know if you heard it or not, but you've been around YouTube a little bit more, definitely more than I have. So you might be able to answer this. I was looking at the main channel's Social Blade earlier this morning, Be Our Guest, and September 17th, total views for that channel was almost about 6.5 million views for the whole channel. And then on September 25th, so 8 days later, the total channel views dropped to 3.9 million. So he lost almost 3 million views.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be because a channel got removed by YouTube, or because he removed a video, or how does that, do you know how that works?
Well, I know that he got a couple videos in violation. That's the only thing that I know of.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Now he did get a few strikes. Okay, me and Miss D got him a couple times, and so they were laughing at him. Ha ha ha! You can't go live now. And then he would come back maybe a day or two later on that channel and be like, "Yep, it's the people you know. I got that lifted." And we would get so frustrated because we got him a few times and he would get it lifted because he knew that one guy that worked for YouTube. What's his name? What was his name?
Oh shit. Oh god.
You know I'm talking about. He was
I know exactly who you're talking about too.
Yep. He don't work for him no
my
more.
tongue, and I can't say it. Damn it.
I know, it's right there too at the tip of my tongue.
What the fuck is his name?
But that guy worked for YouTube, and he would take them off every time.
And that's the joys of being friends with Michael Green too. That doesn't hurt. So
they got strings, Now though, that guy does not work for YouTube anymore, right?
He does
not. That's why he's not going live on that channel as much, because he's being extremely careful.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about, because I've heard you mention the name Paula a couple different times.
Hey, be happy. How are you doing tonight, hun?
So I was looking a little bit last night or this morning after we got off, and I found somebody that in his followers named Paula Muster.
Uh-huh.
Is that who you were talking?
That's it.
Okay. All right. I was trying to.
You're learning, brother. You're learning. Investigations.
I don't know who this Paula Mustard is.
That is somebody that has. Okay. I'm trying to remember how I heard this.
14 cents.
That's still funny. They have. It's somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. The way I heard it, that is able to get things done for them. No details were given to me, but that's who she is. And I tried to get. I had it written down and I lost it. The last name. That's why when you said it, I was like, "Ding, ding, there it is." I tried to get a little more info, but that one's been covered up real well. Um, I haven't done it in a while. Maybe I could find some shit out on her again, but I haven't really dug for a while. So I think
Well,
I think that's the one that is has been helping him keep themselves afloat.
in my free time late at night when nothing else is going on, I've been trying to, I don't know, I guess compile a list of people, and that's how I came across that name.
Hmm.
I've never really seen that name like in their chats or anything.
Right.
I was kind of more looking for find out information, like for instance AJ Hunter. Like
Hmm.
I know who AJ Hunter is now, and that's not. I mean, his
Right.
first name's AJ, but it's his last name is not Hunter.
Mm-mm.
So I know who he is. I know who his fiance is. I know where she works. So I've been trying to do that with different people that I see fairly active with him, and that's how I came across that Paula Muster.
Well,
Hmm.
if we ever decide to be ignorant, you could be our doxer if we need one.
Well, and I have not been able to verify it yet, but I have Mark Kysick's phone number, his girlfriend's phone number, and both of their addresses.
Ah,
But I have not been able to verify the numbers yet. So
Easy now, because my horns are starting to sprout on top of my
mine
head.
just grew an inch.
Yeah, don't get me excited now.
um, the one thing that is throwing me off is Mark's address is coming back to him, but it's also coming back to well, I'll just say a P Kysick.
Um,
Um,
Probably his dad.
Last time we looked his info up, he lived in an apartment.
um, yeah, the address. I have it on my. I think I have a screenshot of it on my phone. I don't think the address I came up with was an apartment, but
Mind you, this was 4 or 5 years ago.
See,
This we
I never really thought to look anything up on him because I don't care to. But
Bopa, the one that's got the biggest mouth.
it's a good idea to have some info on him though, because he likes to do that to the rest of us. So.
Oh hell yeah, he's doxing everybody left and right.
Mm-hmm.
He did my when I modded Bronx girl. He immediately went and got her pictures and threw them up on his stuff to intimidate her. You
Oh
know,
yeah, yeah, I know.
and so I got his daughter's info, and she's a pretty girl.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well, you want to play, we'll play.
Mm-hmm.
Eye for an eye.
and one thing that kind of makes me think that at least part of my information is correct, because there's been a couple times where faux pas has been going after somebody, and I have commented, or I have tweeted in a reply to him
Hmm.
something to the effect of, um,
Yes, I do.
something to the effect of,
Keep those to yourself, sweetheart, because I do not want to see that.
Oh, I promise, Nicole. I promise,
Ugh.
Nicole. And that's one thing I will do. I will keep my word. She said, after everything's said and done, you can do what you want. After all this court the kid stuff, you can do what you want with it. And I promised her, and I will not break that promise.
I'm sure it's not much different from that picture that
It's
Dis put out.
disgusting.
I'm sure.
Oh,
I'm
it's
sure.
bad. It's bad. That's
It
all I
couldn't
will
be good.
say. But you know what? When the time does come, though, I will pre-warn people. Look at your own discretion. But
Yeah,
bam, and I'm gonna put it on my Twitter. And if I lose my Twitter over it, then I lose my Twitter over it. It'll be worth it
it would be worth it. You're right.
for all the shit he does. It's coming. It's coming. I promise you guys
Well,
that.
maybe we could all get together and put a billboard together and put it up in Pittsburgh.
Oh my god.
I don't I don't live far from Pittsburgh. We could make that happen.
Oh my God, that would be. Would they do that?
Um, we probably would have to um
I mean, it's so.
Censor out certain parts.
yeah, we'd have to censor it slightly, but we could still do it, and it would be so
Mr.
funny.
Isaac Guest, the famous YouTuber of Guest Mob Live.
I mean, I hate the city of Pittsburgh. I've been there
I do
quite a few
too.
times. Hate that. I don't know if I hate it that much.
Yeah, well, I'm a Browns fan, and we hate the Steelers, so that would be like the ultimate for me. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm going to jump down, guys. I just wanted to jump on for a few minutes.
yes,
Say
ma'am.
hello.
Anytime, you're more than welcome. You know that. Thanks again for being here.
Thank you,
Yep.
guys.
Thanks, Morty.
You're welcome. You guys have a good stream. I'll pop in and listen, though.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm actually probably going to jump off here in about 10 minutes. I got to go pick my son up, but I'll be
Not a
back.
problem. Not a problem. Like I said, I'm not gonna go anywhere near as long as I did last night. Maybe a couple hours max, if that. But just
Yeah.
wanted to give everybody a chance to jump in and do a little BS and talk a little tea, and that's it. So
I love it. I like it over here. I do. I like streaming. I like jumping on the stream with you guys. You guys are so laid back, because if you guys have seen my streams, I go all balls to the wall.
oh
So
yeah, absolutely.
it's
And
good
from
to kind of just come on and just have a conversation and bullshit with you guys,
I'll be here all the time, so you guys are always more than welcome at any time.
Thank you, honey. You guys
Yes,
have a
ma'am.
good evening.
you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
I was actually going to mention that I'm surprised that there's none of the Steve hasn't popped in, JP hasn't popped in.
Well,
But
Steve,
they're both live right now too.
oh well, see, I did this on purpose while they were live. That way, I didn't have to worry too much about them jumping in here. I mean, I'm sure they'll have somebody jump in and out of here every now and then. And according to him, um, there's a mole in every one of our communities, so it is what it is. I don't care.
I'm torn on that. Part
Right.
of me thinks, Isaac takes his stuff so seriously that I wouldn't put it past him to have somebody. But then part of me is thinking that that's Isaac's trying to get into people's heads.
Absolutely.
So I'm torn. But I also feel like, with the exception of a select few people, most of us don't have any information to give Isaac.
Right.
I mean, we don't have big secret meetings, with Charlie and Dis and Morty and
Exactly.
everything, exchanging information. So, I mean, what
That's
good is
why-
a mole going to do him?
That's why I have an open panel, because I don't care. Put a mole in here. It gives me another view anyway. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. I'm not going to say anything, just like Morticia always says too. I'm not going to say anything that I would not say to them personally. So I don't care.
Same with me. The stuff that there's stuff that I don't talk a lot about on Twitter, as far as like, the information I have on full pop, but I have put it out there.
We're
And
not
it's just
gonna
like
do that. Right.
And it's just like I was saying a couple minutes ago, what makes me think that some of the information that I have on Full Paw is valid is that I have tweeted at him in a reply when he's going after somebody, mentioning like Darlene.
Mm-hmm.
And he has shut up.
Exactly. I have information I've been sitting on that I just sit on. Lots of information, and you know how I have it. I've told you already, but I'm not going to do that unless you do that to me. So, if you want to come at me like that, we can play that game. I have many years experience in doing what I do. So let's not do that for your sake, because I'm a very nice person. I'm a very nice guy. I'm very laid back. I said, but don't push that button on me, because there is another side to me, and I don't show it very often, but I will if I have to.
I don't know if you've seen it last night, early this morning, Smokey replied. I don't know if it must have been my tweet or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of confirmed what I was thinking, when I asked you guys what you thought about him last night. My thought was that it's somebody that's got a recognizable voice from either the past or currently, that just didn't want to be
They don't want their
recognized.
voice known. You're right. Yeah.
And that's what he said. He said he's somebody from the past. His voice is recognizable. So, um, I never for a split second when he first came up that first night and I heard the voice modulator, I was thinking, okay, it's some kind of troll or something like that. But
You're right.
I'm kind of thinking more and more that he probably is somebody that's doesn't like Isaac. Um,
You're
and
right.
just doesn't want it's either
He doesn't want the drama.
yeah, I mean it could possibly be somebody that has been if Isaac found out who it was, it may be somebody that he already has their information and have already doxed them in the past, and he just doesn't,
Hmm.
and I understand that because like I told you the other night, as far as me, I don't really give a shit about Isaac knowing my information.
Right.
The thing with me is not even my kids, because my two boys can handle themselves, but my daughters, um I try to protect them. That's why I don't tell anybody who don't have anybody on Facebook or anything like that, because I don't want anybody you know to have access to my daughters.
Right.
um but I will say, I mentioned yesterday that one day Isaac might go after the wrong person.
Hmm.
If he did ever find out my information and he went after my daughters, my oldest daughter, her husband, that would be the wrong person,
Right. Right.
because
I had that.
very nice guy. He's a Marine
Mm,
and he does not fuck around.
right. And see, I have that situation in my family in multiple areas, and we've kind of talked about that a little bit before. So have at it, brother. Do what you want to do. I won't have to say or do it where they can handle their own, and it would be a really bad thing. Is all I gotta say. So it is what it is. Yeah, I just noticed something. It's kind of weird. Like Evo Girl is usually up on panel on Resurgence all the time, and she's over in JP's chat like full time right now.
I also noticed that Evo Girl was being followed by Isaac, and she no longer is. Now,
Oh,
I
yeah,
could be
that
reading
was
more
very
into that than what there actually is, because he seems to kind of rotate. The people that the handful of people that he follows, he kind of rotates them around.
yeah.
So it could just be that.
Who knows? And then again, he could be done with her already. He could.
Um, but then I also heard, and I may have heard this. I may have heard this tonight on Charlie's stream, because I was sleeping when he was live, but
Right.
I watched him afterwards. I heard something about Evo Girl being a mod on Hot Lips. I have no idea who Hot Lips is,
Yeah,
but
she was. She was. I don't know if she still is or not, but I don't know what's going on with that whole Hot Lips thing. I didn't really pay much attention to Hot Lips, but she's another one that I'm not a big fan of. So
yeah, I don't know nothing about her. I mean, and we've talked about this before. Also, there's a lot of people that I didn't even know who JP was.
right.
Until just the last few days.
Hmm.
I had heard the name, had no clue who he is. BBY is another one. I've heard his name a lot. Have no idea if he's still around or who he is. Um,
BBY is usually over in Tina's. He's got his own thing. He's a little crazy. He's funny, but he's crazy. But he's pretty much over with Tina for the most part, unless he's doing his own thing. So, but he was another one that was attacked by Jabba and the Slav mob and all of them, and just another one that fell off. He was guest mob at one point in time, I do believe. But I never again paid much attention to him. I've listened to him here and there. He's way way out there, crazy shit. So
yeah, and I'm not trying to dog on JP or anything, but last I seen, he wasn't. He went live and he only had like 25 viewers.
he's got 31 people in there right now, and he's just mumbling and rambling like he always does. Actually, he doesn't have 31 people. I think it is 25. You're right.
I'm surprised. Surprised we haven't seen Flacco.
I think I think Flacco's watching the resurgence thing right now. I think. Who knows? Maybe he's passed out somewhere. He's been drinking a lot lately.
Yeah, and it's like I was saying last night. You know, I think he's been manipulated by Isaac. Um, and
Multiple times, yeah.
I don't really care for him all that much, but I also feel bad for the guy.
I do to an extent too. Most definitely. I just don't understand. I have a big problem with people taking advantage of people that are mentally handicapped or without trying to insult somebody by saying this. People that are mentally deficient or slower than other people in some senses. JP might be moving into Isaac's. I love it. I'm surprised they already haven't moved in together.
I said something.
Isaac can move into JP's attic.
I think it was a comment on JP's stream the other night when Discod was on there. I told him, I'm like, hey, I think Isaac's looking for a roommate.
Right. Exactly.
That would kill two birds with one stone because they would kill each other.
Oh my God. I'd give it 24 hours. Either that or they'd be in love. One of the two. One of the two. Whoever that is, I don't know you. I'm sorry, no disrespect, but that was funny. I love it. Welcome, by the way. That was good. But yeah, they I don't know. That's kind of why I wanted to do this stream because there's so much bullshit on all sides, drama and ridiculous this and that, and like she keeps saying, we're just kind of laid back doing our own thing, and we talk about everything that goes on and other things, and what the hell we had for dinner last night or today or whatever, and it's something nice and different.
Yeah, and even if it's like the first couple of streams, even if it's just the two of us in here, I mean,
Exactly.
it's kind of no different than I'm not a phone person, but
Me either.
no different than just chit chatting about shit.
It's a
I,
time.
I'm okay talking about the drama shit. I'm okay talking about everything else.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's a time killer. It's a and you know what? I have met some interesting people via YouTube, internet, so on and so forth. And I came to the conclusion years ago: if you meet somebody and you're talking to this person, and that person is 650 pounds, has a dick growing out of their forehead, and they tell you that they weigh 110 pounds and they're a supermodel. So what? That's who that the person you're talking to is the person that you think you're talking to, whether it's real or not. You still met somebody new, and it's still a nice conversation to have at times. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it. That's why I don't delve into personal things all the time and give out my life story and this and that and secrets and stuff. So it doesn't matter. JP and Isaac are lovers now. There you go.
And it's kind of funny. Well, I guess not, but him saying that, I don't know if you've seen Morty tweeted out the wanting somebody to create a meme with Steve.
Oh yeah.
I've got an idea. I'm just trying to figure out, and it kind of goes to the whole lovers thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to figure out a way to work it. But I have an idea that nobody else may find it funny. I find it hilarious.
I probably would find it funny. We have a lot of the same interest and kind of the same sense of humor. So
I mean, and Tyler said JP's weird. He hits on every girl on the stream.
he is, and it's true.
Isaac kind of does the same
Isaac
thing.
does the same thing in his own way.
I mean, and they don't necessarily even have to. All they have to do is sound attractive, apparently, because there's the Lala, and then there was, I think I've heard about a Shannon.
Shannon's the one that he had the affair with when he was with Nikki. So yeah,
Was that an online thing?
I think it was a real deal thing. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
100%.
And then
I
I've
have
heard about Chula.
oh Chula. Yeah, that's a joke. And then Artie, I think Artie's fake. I'm sorry.
My thoughts on Artie is that I think Artie's a real person, because I mean Nikki has even said that that's somebody that they were friends with, or that she was friends with.
Okay.
They had never met in real life. Um, and for whatever reason, when all the drama happened, maybe Artie sided with Isaac. I mean, and
Mhm.
she even said it in his live streams a couple times, that the only benefit here is support. And I think she was supporting Isaac through, you know, the real life stuff, and he
You
used
noticed that
that.
when the shit started to get pretty deep, like she kind of disappeared.
Yeah, and um, I had I had messaged her a couple times, um, and I'm not going to say that I had anything to do with it. I doubt I did have anything to do with it, but I feel like I probably gave her something to think about,
Hmm.
um, because um, I told her, and this wasn't me threatening her,
Right.
but I told her, with the way this drama works between these two groups,
Hmm.
what's going to end up happening, because her sister is a business owner.
Oh,
She owns a bakery.
gotcha.
Um, and I told her what's going to end up happening is either you're going to piss somebody off on that side, and they're going to start messing with, well,
Yeah,
I'm not going to use a real first name, but
I know what you're
you
saying.
know, um, and it was all easily accessible information. Her sister's husband or fiance, I don't know which, her parents, all that information was easily found, and then information about her sister's business. So I just let her know, that's probably what's going to end up happening.
I mean,
Um,
and it's you're true. You're right. So it's probably a good thing because why ruin somebody else's life again? There's been enough of that done, you know.
and I think I actually even tweeted out. It might not have been on my main account. It might have been on a secondary account. Something